And as you can see, marchers again moving. Seattle police, as we've said, have had a very close eye on everything happening here. But again, as far as we have seen, no arrests, no violent incident. Molly, Ben Eastman has been missing for nearly a week. That is what detectives were out investigating when they received a tip yesterday and drove up to a remote property on the outskirts of town and found a body buried in a freshly dug grave. Well, Eric, it was here on the steps of the federal courthouse where 16 months ago, Attorney General Bob Ferguson gave a victory speech.
Right now.
Hi, guys. I just want to show you. Why don't we take a look this way? We have seen these marchers, thousands of them, make the 2-mile hike all the way downtown here. Molly, this campus has several crosswalks and crossing guards during school, but there's nothing along this stretch of 204th Street, right by the side entrance. And this is where that 8th grader crossed on her walk home and was hit by a car. The clerk who was shot inside that office behind me was killed over some cash. He told Alex he drove his truck through fishing line this weekend. It turns out the same weekend Tracy's flag was stolen, so was the one hanging over the post office in Little Rock. Molly, no doubt Timmy Brodigan is a fighter. He and his family spent their holidays here at Seattle Children's Hospital, and right now they tell me they're just taking this all day by day. Timmy Brodigan should be preparing for baseball season. Instead, he's in a hospital room facing an unfair fight no 16-year-old should know.
I didn't know what happened. Everything happened so fast.
On December 18th, Timmy was on his way to visit cousins in Oregon when his train, Amtrak 501, suddenly derailed.
I was asleep and I woke up with the train wobbling. And after that, I just don't remember anything after that. I blanked out.
Timmy's parents say a Good Samaritan found him hanging upside down near the window of the train. He thought Timmy was dead. He wasn't. Timmy woke up in the hospital with a broken neck, fractured ribs, a head contusion, and several other injuries. 23 days later, he's still in isolation in the ICU at Seattle Children's Hospital. He needs a ventilator to breathe and is mostly paralyzed. He has no movement of his diaphragm and a collapsed lung.
I'm getting tired.
He can't sleep well and can barely speak, but he had a message to deliver.
I kind of just wanted to thank the people that saved my life. I really appreciate that. Really do. That's what I want to thank the most. People that saved my life.
The first responders who brought him back, the doctors who took it from there, and the community who's rallied behind him every step of the way.
Well, lots of news.
Timmy's road to recovery and his old life looks long, but no doubt he's facing it with toughness and grace.
Just thank you for everyone that's a part of this.
In a dire moment, a team of neighbors assembled on this Mill Creek street to protect each other's homes from this destructive stream.
Because they're my neighbors. I mean, what else are you going to do? I'd hope they do the same for me.
Okay.
They laid sandbags as it kept rising and watched the water flow through their properties.
Oh, my Lord. This is crazy.
Where is it coming from?
Fire crews working upstream offered an answer. This is the origin of the flood. The city says beyond here are some wetlands and a retention pond. As water rushed down 136th Street, several agencies urgently pumped it out, but struggled to keep up. All the fire department could do was divert the water with sandbags and a hose. Eventually, they slowed the rising lake on Riley Thomas's cul-de-sac.
I mean, what is there to say?
Unfortunately,
There's nothing to say.
the damage was done.
Just trying to kind of wrap my head around all this.
A foot of water soaked the first floor of Riley's home. The extent of the damage is unknown.
It's going to be a lot, though.
But Riley sees a silver lining in this water, the support that poured in from his neighbors.
Everybody was offering to pitch in. People were offering to lift heavy stuff, grab food if we needed it or anything like that. I mean, it's great. It's great to know that you have a community that backs you and that when you help all your neighbors out, that they will turn around and do the same for you.
It's a neighborhood where some streets are still submerged. but spirits have been kept afloat.
I like this one.
Apollo Williams and his mother call this a Christmas miracle. Not the gifts under their tree, but the ones now piled around it.
Santa surprised him more ways than one.
We introduced you to 11-year-old Apollo earlier this month. He's autistic, and his mom says he's had trouble making friends. Only one kid came to his birthday party this year. So as the holidays approached, Barbara had one wish. This Christmas, what are you hoping for?
To flood him with Christmas cards.
Well, penguin from Antarctica.
Santa delivered.
The bear's acting crazy.
Since our story aired, cards have been flooding in and piling up.
My son Caleb is autistic too.
Carrying messages of love for Apollo.
Awesome, and it was kind of overwhelming.
They've come from all over the world, across Asia and Europe.
It's from England.
And from our neighbors to the north.
Where's British Columbia?
A sheriff's badge from Missouri.
This card comes from Massachusetts.
A bear from Texas. The pile still grows each day when the mail arrives.
I'm probably going to be on the Guinness Book of World Records. Look how many cards I have.
That made me feel so good as a parent that people still have a good heart. He definitely has a lot of people thinking about him, and he knows that he's not alone.
That's the lesson Barbara found buried in this mess.
Can you read it, Mom? It's too long. It's too long.
The best gifts don't just come from Santa.
I have no idea where I'm going to put it all.
They're delivered from the heart.
Thank you for all these Christmas cards and have a happy new year.
In Des Moines, Gabe Cohen, KOMO News. Victories are earned on the ice.
I'm tired.
Every hockey player knows it. And no one has fought harder to win
Oh, man, I love this drill.
than Breton Chitwood.
Against all odds, I'm still coming back. Never gave up.
Breton was a scrappy center for nearly a decade. But 15 months ago, he slid on his skates for the final time. This was his last practice with the Renegades.
Go! Go, go, go!
Before doctors would amputate his foot.
This can't be the last time that he laces up those skates.
Breton was just beginning his battle with bone cancer. He needed 30 rounds of chemotherapy and 6 surgeries. And every day, amidst the pain, he dreamt of returning to the rink.
That was the hardest part about chemo. I mean, I saw my friends continuing their hockey career, and I wanted to play so bad.
So he battled, first to walk again. And he did. And tonight, he's taking the next step in front of proud parents.
I can't believe it's actually here.
He's a hockey player. This is where he needs to be.
Yeah, I'm ready.
In custom skates, Breton suited up with one goal, to skate with his team again.
Let's go! Yep, yep, yep! Oh.
The 17-year-old was off balance and exhausted and loving every second of it.
Oh, crap, don't know how to stop yet! Not going to be like how it used to be. That's okay, I didn't feel that.
Cancer changed Breton.
You all right? I've seen him become a man through all this.
I mean, I was diagnosed with cancer, but I was still laughing the whole time.
His humor
Hey, Dad,
is still a staple of his recovery.
will you come rub my right foot? It's a little numb.
It's amazing, man. Come on. I mean, this has been an amazing ride.
Watch out!
And it's hardly over. In August, doctors found 3 more tumors on Breton's lungs. He needed yet another surgery. But right now, he shows no evidence of disease.
I live for every day that we can say that he is cancer-free.
You just gotta stay strong through the toughest times. I've always felt like a fighter.
A fighter on and off the ice.
I mean, I look up to him, and he's my son.
Breton hopes to become the first amputee in the NHL.
Hello, my name is Brett Jim. Can I have that, please? If anybody could do that, this kid could.
But the truth is,
My nub hurts.
no matter the outcome of any game on the ice,
A little tired.
Breton Chitwood has already won. In Bellingham, Gabe Cohen,
Don't know how to stop yet.
KOMO News.